Good, happy Saturday evening. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast. Let's get started. First up, state legislature to debate gender identity bill next week. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9.
High value with high design. That's Nashua Kia. The new Nashua Kia, located at 107 Daniel Webster Highway, gives you the best price, selection, and service as a member of the Thompson Associates. Visit NashuaKia.com.
Well, a controversial bill takes center stage at the State House next week as legislators will debate transgender rights. For some New Hampshire families, this is a policy issue that's very personal. Like any teenager getting ready for a school dance with her friends, Emily Fishbaugh is excited.
I got to do my makeup, my hair, make sure my outfit looks great, things like that.
Emily is transgender. Even though she's just 15, she's already a trans advocate and shares her story openly.
My goal is to help people, and I don't want people to feel like they're alone because being transgender isn't a bad thing, and it doesn't define who you are.
Emily's parents, Linda and Mark, are accepting and proud of their daughter. They say her gender identity was obvious from the time she could begin expressing herself.
Early on, she would ask us questions like, Dad, why did God make me a boy?
Emily transitioned in the 3rd grade.
We saw this child that was really miserable as a boy, like really miserable. Like, I don't think she would be alive today, to blossom into the happiest person.
The Fishbaughs are closely tracking the progress of House Bill 478 in Concord, legislation that would amend state law to prohibit discrimination based on gender identity. Emily wants opponents of the bill to see her life struggles are real.
Try to put yourself in the same situation. Imagine yourself being in the wrong body, being the opposite gender.
Emily says she and other transgender people aren't asking for anything more than equality.
I want to be treated just like every single other person because I am just like everyone else.
And there is vocal opposition to House Bill 478. Shannon McGinley of the socially conservative group Cornerstone Action tells News 9, quote, "We respect the dignity of each of our New Hampshire neighbors. This includes respecting privacy and safety. We're concerned that those considerations might be lost in this legislation."
Okay, and there you go on that report. Man wanted on parole violation leads troopers on chase, police say. Let's take a listen to this video from WCVB Boston.
Now at Watertown Ford, this week save $8,000 off MSRP on a 2017 Ford F-150 Super Cab 4x4 for just $34,075 or lease for $259 per month. Watertown Ford, quick, easy, seamless. WatertownFord.com.
It was quite the dramatic car and then foot chase that ended in this relatively quiet neighborhood, and they've got the tire marks to prove it.
Oh, you're breaking ice, which I never do. I heard all this yelling and screaming, and I thought it was the kids playing, because they always play. I give it like 3 or 4 looks, and when I finally seen that it wasn't the kids, and it was somebody chasing, I didn't still get the gist of it. I mean, how many people would think that there's a criminal running through your street?
Bob Firth couldn't quite believe what he was witnessing in his own Saugus yard.
Well,
he says the suspect ran over the boulders and through the snow for freedom with at least 8 officers in tow.
I guess he ran out of gas. I guess he thought he might have had the same energy he might have had when he was 20 years old. But as we all know, that all fades when you get a little older.
Which he did.
There were cruisers all the way down the street.
At the end of Dale Street.
I heard yelling. I heard fighting. He's on the ground. The cops on top of him, and they're tackling him. And he's got blood on his face.
State police arrested 48-year-old Stephen Staffieri of Newburyport after a brief but exhausting chase through 3 towns that began in the Linway and Lynn when troopers tried to pull him over. Staffieri had other plans, re-entering his car, striking several others, before finally ditching it here in the snowbank as the neighborhood watched on.
For once, I was actually a spectator and not a participant in all this.
It's unclear exactly why Staffieri was first pulled over in the first place, but tonight he was booked on multiple motor vehicle violations as well as a parole violation out of New Hampshire. We're live in Saugus. Julie Lonchek, WCVB News Center 5.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Police investigate shooting at Union Station Plaza. Portland police are investigating a shooting in the parking lot of Union Station Plaza Shopping Center in Portland. The incident occurred on St. John Street just before noon Saturday. Police could not immediately confirm details, but witnesses reported seeing an intoxicated man waving a gun moments before he was shot by officers. The parking lot was roped off by yellow caution tape as officers spoke to witnesses at the scene. President Trump speaks at campaign rally in Florida. President Trump continued his attack on the news media at a campaign rally in Florida on Saturday night. He told attendees he wanted to speak without the flitter of fake news. Trump called organizations like ABC News and New York Times the enemy of America people. In a tweet on Friday morning, the day after a combated press conference with White House reporters, Donald Trump tweeted, "The fake news media failing New York Times, NBC News, ABC, CBS, CNN is not my enemy. It is the enemy of the American people." And that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Saturday night. Good night, everyone. Bye.